Hello, everyone. This is Corinne Lafont, your favorite radio host, your only radio host, and favorite girl, of course, broadcasting to you from the lovely island of Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean on Between the Lines. And you know how we do it here on Between the Lines. I start off with always gratitude or thankfulness, as some people may say. I am just so thankful to be here another day above ground, alive, all my faculties intact. At least I think so. I'm working with what I have, and I am so thankful. I am. The weather is beautiful. The birds are out. The trees are swaying. Everything is doing as it's supposed to do. Yeah, and what is meant to be is meant to be. Yeah, we can't do anything about it. We just have to flow with it. Don't resist. Just, take the path of least resistance, as they say, because if you try to fight it, it makes no sense. You'll just be going against the tide. And that's just not the way it works. Yeah, just go with the flow and learn as you go along. Learn the lessons, pick up and learn along the way and become a better version of yourself. I just absolutely love being here and sharing and meeting new people like I have with my guest here, Dania Voss. And Dania is, let me tell you, we're going to be talking a bit of erotic romance, how it's done. She's a author of erotic romance. And I mean, I've met people who have, well, I would consider erotica, because erotic romance still fits under some sort of erotic type of writing genre. It may not be as detailed or in depth, like a 50 Shades of Grey kind of thing, but we're yet to see. Let's find out more about Dania. Let me tell you a bit about her, and then we jump right into it. She was born in Rome, Italy. Oh my God, isn't that the place of love? Is that why she's writing erotic romance? And settled in the Chicagoland area. What the hell is she doing in Chicagoland when she's from Rome, Italy? Dania published her first romance novel, On the Ropes, the prequel in her Windy City Nights series in March 2018, which was just last year. Yeah, it's been a year now.
Yes.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was nominated as Best Contemporary Romance in the 2018 Evernight Publishing Reader's Choice Awards. The Windy City Nights series takes place in and around Chicago. It should be in Rome. She writes... She writes contemporary steamy romance with heat and heart. And then she says she's not erotica. It says steamy. Steamy romance with heat, people, and heart. Welcome, Dania, to Between the Lines.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Yes, tell me, what the hell are you doing in Chicago, a lady from Rome, Italy? Are you out of your mind?
Well, that was my parents. They brought me here. I was just
blame the parents. Where are they?
I know. I was just a toddler when they relocated from Rome to Chicago. So I have to blame them. They brought us here. So. So that's where they chose, and we've been here, ever since. So, but very happy to be here. Visited since, my mother's side of the family, and still relatives from my father's side of the family are still in Italy, Sicily, and Naples. So we still have a large contingency there.
Yes. Have you ever been back since moving?
Yes, I have been back. I was back in my teens. I went back again in 2003 on my honeymoon. So
nice.
Yes, I have.
Yes, on your honeymoon, great. So you need to hook me up. Okay. You need to hook me up.
Yeah.
So listen, Dania is her pen name or pseudonym, as she tells me, for her book. She separates her private life or work life from her author life. And, just touching on that a bit, what's the benefit of doing that really, Dania? Some people do it, some people don't. Why do you think you need to separate it? What it is that you're trying to protect yourself from?
Well, I do currently have a full-time job in the IT industry. So I felt it was important to kind of separate the two. I work for a very conservative company. So, so considering the genre that I'm writing in, I thought it would be smart to separate the two for privacy, as well. And a lot of times too, a lot of the ladies that write romance, even regardless of the genre, find it necessary to separate and use a pen name as well. And quite frankly, my legal name is quite long, and it can be difficult to fit on the front of a cover. So,
yeah.
Yes, so my author name is short, it's easy to remember, and it fits very nicely on the cover.
Yes.
Like it shows well.
But you may be surprised, like we were saying off here, how do you know that the people at work don't know that you're the author of the steamy, hot romance, Heat and Heart? How do you know that they don't know? And especially after they find this on YouTube and they're like, hold on, isn't that so-and-so? We work with her.
You know what? You might be right, and I may hear from some of them afterwards, and that's okay. I might get some new fans too.
That's right. Who says IT people don't have a romantic, hot and steamy life?
That's true.
Locked up in a room, coding, programming. What makes you feel they don't need some little, heat in their life?
Yes.
And your book might give them that little extra vibes, that little bring some life in their veins, run their blood a little bit warm, and they may say, damn.
Yes.
Yeah, they may say,
you're absolutely right.
People live vicariously through these books. These books are really their life. They don't, and this is why 50 Shades of Grey, to use an example, because that's the most popular book, turning into a movie and all sorts of things. People want, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Miss Grey, Grey in the book, the guy in the movie. They want that. This is what they wish for. They dream of this. This is the kind of guy they want, the rich, the famous, the guy that can give them everything, and the sex is great or whatever. That idealist type of thing. It mightn't be the BDSM type of thing, the extreme, but the books are able to help them to vicariously live something that they actually don't have in their own reality. Is that the way you write your book?
Well, I think that character was a very over the top, very extreme character. He had accomplished quite a bit, and he was only 26 years old. So that was, I think, a very extreme example. 26-year-old who was already a billionaire and was a pilot.
But Mark Zuckerberg has it too. He was very young, 20-something, and owned Facebook. Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, so there was a very extreme, over-the-top character. Not to say someone that young, couldn't, but that was an extreme case. And it is fiction, so the characters tend to be a little bit over the top, but still based. We want to firmly base them in reality as well. But still be, relatable and realistic enough so that the readers, don't read it and say, "Oh, come on, be real." That couldn't possibly happen. So yes, the men in my stories, are realistic, but still, can be a little larger than life. Handsome and well built and studly.
Of course, the perfect man. Come on, Dania. Come on, the perfect man.
Yeah. But they have flaws too, like we all do. And the women, although beautiful and feisty and ambitious, they're not just waiting to be saved by some man. They are accomplished and educated themselves, so they have something to offer.
Right.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when they come together, they support each other, and they help each other throughout the story. And at the end, they become stronger together. And that's what I have tried to do with my stories.
So
They
a
come
couple of
together already
questions.
accomplished, and
Yeah, a
end the
couple of
story
questions.
stronger together.
Yeah, a couple of questions rolling around in my head. I'm going to try and remember them all. But the first question is, you know, you look at the person behind writing the book. Look at you, look at what's her name? James, who wrote the book with 50 Shades of Grey. You realize because she was hiding for a long time before she really she tried to keep hidden because you look at you're a mature woman, she's a very mature woman, and you're like, whoa, this is the people, these are the people who are writing these type of graphic, in-depth, detailed type of things. And you're like, I would never think you're supposed to be the grandmother type woman, or the
Yeah.
or the teacher, or like you, the IT person, or the mother. How could you have these type of thoughts? You would think somebody who is on the edge, young, kind of a thing, or younger kind of thing. So when people see the person behind the book, they're like, what? Explain to me. I mean, for those who may know that you're the author behind the books, I mean, or what are your thoughts for those who don't know? What do you think of something like that?
Well, quite frankly, I've been reading romance novels since I was in my teens, back when Fabio used to be on all of the
Oh
covers.
my God, Fabio with the hair. Oh,
Yeah, Italian.
oh my God, I'm coming to Rome. That's where it's at.
Right. So he's blonde hair, blue eyed. He's from Milan, so he's from northern Italy. So
Mhm.
I've been reading for a long, long time, and so I have been wanting to write for many, many years. I just didn't think, because my background is in technology, so I didn't think I was quite frankly confident enough that I was creative enough to do it, or I would have been much younger when I started writing. So it took me a while, to get the confidence in myself in order to give it a try. Shame on me, for not wanting to take a try sooner.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And didn't you think at the time, um, what would people, I mean, when you, not at the time when you were younger, later on when, you have age, you have matured, and you took so long to do it, didn't it cross your mind what would people think, knowing that it's a mature person writing it? But then, of course, you use a pen name, so you had that sort of separation. Did you think about, did you have any concerns, or what if people find out? Let's assume people find out and they know it's you, especially after watching this YouTube video, or when it goes viral. They know it's you, they identify it's you, and they'll be like, what? I didn't know you write those type of things. How would you feel about something like that? The questions I'm going to tell you is going to definitely come at you.
Well, quite frankly, I have met other authors as well, writing romance in a variety of different genres, not only the steamy, but inspirational, Christian, paranormal. There are a variety of different genres, under the umbrella of romance.
Mm-hmm.
And they vary in ages from younger to older.
Mm-hmm.
So I think many age groups are represented in the writers as well as the readers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for me, that makes it's very welcoming,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
everyone.
yeah. So there's no discrimination. There's no saying that you fit into this box. Anybody can be writing anything. So somebody who may be a teenager could be writing probably something inspirational, a self-help book, and you might say, but you're too young to write that. You don't have enough experience.
Absolutely,
Just don't
absolutely.
know. Yeah, yeah.
And I write with Evernight Publishing, and they have a teen line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very exciting. They have a teen line. They have various lines, various heat levels.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone who's not as comfortable with writing something as steamy, they have a line that they have various heat levels as well. So there's room for everyone depending on where they feel most comfortable writing.
Mm-hmm.
So
And how has Evernight Publishing? Yeah, how has Evernight Publishing helped you in your process as a new author?
Actually, I reached out to a couple of their authors when I was still considering, still tiptoeing around the idea, and their author community is so wonderful. They have a great group of talented, supportive authors that they publish. So these two ladies that I got in touch with, they essentially said, you know what, write what you love and just go for it. Write what you're passionate about. And they had a lot of very wonderful things to say about Evernight Publishing, and they just encouraged me to try, and I did. And I submitted On the Ropes on December 31st, and 11 days later, I received an email that they had accepted it. So it was very exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. 11 days. That's awesome. And Evernight is a traditional publishing company, or they are self-publishers?
They are an indie publisher. They're primarily a digital publisher, and they use Amazon's print-on-demand service for the paperbacks. If the story is a certain length, and On the Ropes was, so it is available on paperback as well.
Okay, fabulous. Now I have a question here now, and the thing about it is that you authors who are in erotica or erotic romance, just like how you explain or describe your novel, summarize your novel with the perfect guy, the Fabio type of guy and the accomplished woman, and they come together and, you're reading the story and you're reading this book and you get pulled in. Like I say, you live vicariously. People who write books like that, and like I was saying before, you don't have that life in your own reality, and you get pulled into this. It plays on your mind, and you start feeling, this is a life that I want. Why can't I have this? Why the man in my life, if they have one, is not like this particular quote-unquote Fabio in the book, the characters. What is it that is really, is it safe? Is it, I'm trying to ask, is it safe for the reader's mind, for the reader's, how should I say, mental health, to be reading books of this type of nature? I'm not telling people not to read them. I'm just trying to get into, some persons go over the edge when they're reading certain things. And you don't want them to feel, just like you said, you make them a little bit larger than life. So you make them sort of ideal, but yet still planted in some sort of reality. But you believe in this thing, and you're like, you start comparing the guy in the book to the guy in your life, who you're sleeping next to, or who you're with, or the father of your children. You start and you're like, why he can't be like that? You do it. It's normal for that to happen. And it's happened both ways, women and men. Is it safe for us to be reading these type of things? At what point do we say, look, this is just a book, I enjoy reading it, it's for entertainment? I want you to kind of get into the depths of the mind, or the mind of the reader when they're reading a book like yours, and what would you tell them so that they don't really go over the edge or expect their husband to be Fabio?
Well, you bring up a good point, and that's how I see my role as an author of fiction, because that's what it is. It's fiction. Mm-hmm. So I see my role here as an entertainer, and a fiction as a form of entertainment. So, I mean, these characters are fictional. So these are not characters that are based really on anyone I know per se, or anyone that exists. They're made up, you know, and they are not perfect. They have flaws. You know, they're very good looking as they're described, and as they appear on the covers. You know, they're very handsome, they're muscular, the women are very beautiful, but again, they are not, you know, they're not real. Just like, you know, actors, right? They have makeup, they've got a team of people to make them look gorgeous. They have personal trainers to make their bodies look, you know, perfect. They work very, very hard. You know, the rest of us have to work really hard, and we don't have personal chefs cooking our meals every day for us.
Wouldn't we love that? Wouldn't I love that?
Oh, me too. Me too. So I think, generally speaking, most people, and the large percent of the people, a large percentage of the people who read these books are women. So they understand what they're reading is fiction, and they read it for entertainment, and just to take a little break out of their stressful day, and just read a story and escape for a little while. You know, my stories take place here in the Chicagoland area, so they're going to get a glimpse. The towns that I discuss are real towns. They're near where I live, actually. So they're going to get a glimpse into an area of the country that maybe they haven't been to before. So it's just, you know, just to take a little escape for a little while.
That's right, just an escape,
Just an escape. I'm not trying to make a statement that says, hey, why isn't your partner more like, you know, this guy? And he's some, and you spoke about On the Ropes, a baseball star, and his family is quite wealthy. You know, they own a lot of real estate in Chicago, and he's going to inherit quite a bit of real estate. He's a billionaire. Well, don't I wish, you know?
Who doesn't?
Yeah. So, you know, and that isn't to say that I'm looking at my husband going, you know, why can't you be more, you know? You know, I didn't write the story feeling resentful, you know, of my husband because, you know, he wasn't some baseball superstar. You know, so I think, and I'm hopeful, because the readers who read these stories, they are voracious. So they have their Kindles, you know, loaded up with stories. So I think, generally speaking, when they're reading these stories, they know what to expect. And hopefully too, I mean, the heroes and the heroines of these books, they go through challenges and struggles throughout the story before they get to their happily ever after at the end. And so perhaps the people who are reading could maybe even use the stories as a way to maybe help improve communication in their own lives with their partners too, because there's a lot of miscommunications, and they have to learn how to communicate better, and how to deal with conflict in order to you know, get to the other side at the end and decide to, you know, move forward in their lives together, raise families, and that kind of thing by the time they get to the end. So maybe they can use the books as a tool to help their own relationship.
That's
so
right. Or to help themselves. Or to help themselves. Now, somebody who's listening to this who want to venture into that genre, erotica, erotic romance, whatever it may be, and they're timid, like how you were years ago, and they feel, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. What would you suggest would be, like, let's say 3 quick tips that you can share, and especially take into consideration the research, the preparation that would be needed, because you said the male characters in your book is not based on anybody that you know, but like the scenery, the setting, you're using Chicago, places that you know, because, you know, you can see the descriptive quality of that coming out in your book. you can relate to that, but the characters are made up. So in terms of tips that you can share for persons who want to venture into that genre, what would you suggest?
Well, for someone who wants to try and write in the genre, the first thing that you really need to do is to read, is to read in that genre, but different subgenres too, so that you can read different authors and you can see what you like and what you don't like too. So that would be the first thing I would recommend. You still have to read, so you can see different writing styles and authors that you like, so that you need to read as a writer, so that you can analyze what you like and what works in a story and what doesn't work for you in a story. So you're analyzing. So you're reading as a writer, not as a reader. So there's a difference.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And then also you want to read books about the craft of writing, which is what I did. My bookshelf is filled with books about the craft of writing and storytelling. Mm-hmm. So that's important too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's important too. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you want to do also research on the different publishers out there, both traditional, which is difficult to break into, but there are a lot of wonderful indie publishers, which is probably much easier to get a contract with, like Evernight Publishing, Siren, many other, Carina Press, many other independent publishers out there. They're digital publishers, much easier to get a foot in the door with.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And just take the plunge, even though, I mean, it's a work in progress. Even though you might think you're not that good, so what? You put it out there and you keep improving. You know, you keep improving. Don't think it has to be perfect on the first go. You know, there are lots of people who have become great writers as a result of the rejection, improvement, you know, just like any other product. You tweak until you get it to the point where it's good enough for consumption.
Yes, I agree. And On the Ropes was my first book, you know, and I was, quite frankly, I was surprised it was nominated as best contemporary, because when my second book, The Warrior's Whisper, came out, I thought that one was so much better, and it also came out in 2018. You know? And Hannah's Bliss is my current release now, and I think that this one is actually so much better than the first two. So you know, as the more you write, the better the quality of your writing becomes. So it comes with time.
Yeah, it comes with time. It comes with time, and you evolve. You evolve as an author, as a person, you know, and your work, your writing evolves as well. It's great to see that type of growth, you know, that's happening all around. What has been the reviews for your books? What's the type of feedback you've been getting?
Well, you know, every author wants reviews, but they're so difficult to get. They're so difficult to get, because, you know, it takes time out of people's busy schedules to write reviews. But generally speaking, the reviews I have received have been pretty good, which I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for.
Yes.
So yes, if you pick up the books and you have a minute, you know, they don't have to be long reviews. Please, you know, if you're so inclined, leave a review. That would be great. It does mean a lot. Amazon likes when you leave reviews. Works with their algorithm. So
of course, and it helps to increase the ranking of your book as well.
Yeah.
I want to hop across to show people your books. Let me just grab a page here and tell me your website again, Dania.
It's DaniaVoss.com.
All right. Okay. Oh my God. If you only see the picture that I'm seeing. Hold on. Dania, I don't know. I need to speak to your parents about you. I need to have a word. In Italy, of course.
You're so funny.
There you are. What is going on? Look at the size of this man's arms. Look at where he's holding. This is the man to have. What is going on? Dania, yes, we have to go to Rome to find this man.
Well, if you scroll down a little bit, the
Mhm.
gentleman that's on the
No.
gentleman that's on the cover there, that is Italian model Luca Pantini, who I met, and we're actually going to be doing a live stream later today.
Oh, really?
I met him as a part of a Instagram cover inspiration challenge last May, and I was looking up for cover inspiration, and I found pictures of him, and he was exactly how I imagined the hero for Hannah's Bliss to look. His name is,
Oh, my
yeah.
word.
So
My word.
I found him on Facebook, and I reached out to him because I had posted some pictures of him as, you know, my inspiration for the character in the book, Rocco Moretti. And so I thought it was the proper thing to do since I used his name and his likeness.
Of
So I reached out
course.
to him and I told him, hi, you know, I introduced myself and I said, well, you know, I'm a new author and you were the inspiration for this recurring character. And I just wanted to introduce myself and say hello. And I really didn't think much of it. And I heard back from him the following day. It turns out he thought it was so fantastic and he volunteered to be on the cover. And I hadn't even started writing the book yet.
Oh, my God. So you got the man before the book. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, you never know what happens when you reach out, you know.
Yeah,
when you
but
reach
not only that, you had the vision of him. It's
Mm-hmm.
not a matter of reaching out. You had the vision of the man before. You
Yeah.
knew what he looked like, and from the time you saw him, it just was a perfect fit. So you knew you already created him before he was even in existence.
Yeah.
You brought him to life.
I
You
did.
brought him to life. Yes. You attracted him to you.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Well,
awesome?
and then the photographer made a little video of the photo shoot.
Is this it?
That's it. Yeah, it's a
Let's
video
have
of
a
the
look.
photo shoot. Yeah.
Let's have a look. Let me see if I can it's taking a while here. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Okay, great. Oh Jesus, is that him? No.
Yeah.
Oh my word, Daniel, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, not only is he handsome, but he's so incredibly nice. He's so wonderful. He lives in
Look at
Rome.
that man. Look at him. Uh, no, this is to rush to get a copy of that book. No, I'm the man. I'm the man. To get... Listen to me. You say you're having him on live stream later today. No, you need to invite me. You, you can't leave me out. You need to invite me.
Yeah.
What is this? So where can we see other copies of your books? Where my books here? Let's have a look.
So there they are, the three of them. Yeah.
Beautiful. They're beautiful covers. They're beautiful. On the ropes, the warriors whisper Hannah's bliss. Oh my God. These juicy edible guys, Dania. You're hanging around these young sexy men. I have to come to Rome. Listen. Dania, you're doing a fabulous job. You're doing a fabulous job. I don't even know if I can even write one hint of erotica or anything erotic. You're doing a fabulous job. You know, the thing about it is that each one of us has our own gifts,
Yeah.
of what we can write. How I write, because I'm an author myself, you know, and I'm also a publisher. What I write, because I tend to be very blunt, straight to the point. So anything that's sounding too fiction and kind of flowery language. I don't do that. I'm a very straightforward person. So I just don't do that kind of language. I don't speak that language. So I really credit those who are able to take an idea like that and turn it into something really fantastic that, as you say, we can use to escape. And people find all different ways to escape. They might escape with drugs, alcohol, whatever it may be. But a good book is a great way to escape, and it's great to have a wide variety of books, not only just erotic, but, other types of books, self-development, etc., inspirational, etc.
Absolutely.
Kind of to broaden your entire being, your whole perspective, not just be caught up, so that there is a balance, because you're not just a sexual being or a sensual being. We are made up of different aspects. So it's good to have a variety, as you said, be a voracious reader and
Right.
not just one of sex and intimacy. Yeah. But it's a great escape. It's a great escape. You're doing a fabulous job, Dania. I would love to hear back from you when your coworkers find out. When your coworkers find out it's you, and then they start buying more of your books, because they would. I'm sure they would. They'd be excited to know that they're sitting and working next to somebody who's writing such fabulous work. I want to congratulate you.
Oh, thank you.
And all the best on your live stream later. Send me the link so that I can meet that handsome, sexy man.
I will. I definitely
Let's make plans to move back to Rome. Yes. Let's make plans to move back to Rome and get my life with some heat and steam and, and romance. That's your responsibility now, Dania. Thank you so much for being on Between the Lines. I really appreciate you sharing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, giving all those tips and really inspiring, any age person. It doesn't matter who you are, because it's amazing what sitting down and writing, and especially somebody in their 60s, 70s, it doesn't matter how old you are, 80, and it can really breathe life back into you to really do the things that you always wanted to do.
Yes, yeah? I agree. Absolutely.
Whether it's writing, whether it's dancing, whether it's what, it doesn't matter what it is, just do the thing that breathes life into your veins. Congratulations, Dania.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.